10 News presents Democracy 2012. Your voice, your vote.
With the election just weeks away, 10 News and the EW Scripps Company are dedicated to providing the information that you need to make informed decisions. And today we are joined by State Assemblyman Marty, who is now running for the state Senate in the 39th District. Thanks for coming in.
Hi, Kimberly. Good to be here.
Well, many people view Sacramento as broken. As you know, we have super budget deficits right now. We have cuts to education, and they feel that the legislature is kind of fiddling while the state is burning. How are you going to work across the aisle, because that's what's going to be necessary to find compromise on these major issues?
Yeah, there's been a horrible partisan divide, and I've been able to cross that divide working successfully with Nathan Fletcher and other Republican colleagues. I was the co-author of Chelsea's Law and helped Nathan get the Democratic votes for that. He's co-authored several of my bills. We need to be able to work together, and frankly in the Senate there's a bit less division than in the Assembly, so I'm hoping in the Senate we'll be able to really do what's best for California, not what's best for one party or the other.
What issues, 1, 2, 3, if you're elected, you're going to tackle first?
Well, I think we obviously need to do what we can to really spur the economy here in San Diego and throughout California. And I think one way to do that is through education. I've chaired the Higher Education Committee in the State Assembly for 3 years now. My background is at San Diego State University, taught for 26 years. My goal is to actually bring another university to San Diego County, a state university, probably to Chula Vista, which will expand educational opportunity and access for San Diego County students. And more than that, it'll be an engine to recharge the economy in San Diego. With the university, Qualcomm wouldn't exist if it weren't for UCSD being here. With the university, you bring more business, you revitalize an entire area, and that's what we hope to do with the new university in San Diego.
And number two?
Number two, we've got to continue to make sure the public is safe. Crime Victims United, which is an organization that normally endorses Republicans, has endorsed me in this race because they know that I stand firm when it comes to making sure the public is protected. All the law enforcement agencies in the state have also endorsed me. So number two, beyond expanding the economy and building higher education, is to make sure our citizens are safe.
There is an issue in the Senate with 2 other seats filled. You have a supermajority. That scares a lot of people. And so as you look at that, are you going to pledge to work across the aisle in that scenario to represent the people that didn't vote for you?
Yeah, anybody can pledge to work across the aisle, but I have worked across the aisle. In fact, Governor Brown signed all 25 of my bills that went to his desk over the last 2 years. I'm the only legislator in the entire legislature who's had those many bills signed without a veto by the governor. And he did it because my bills are reasonable, my bills are moderate, my bills do work across the aisle. And frankly, if we do get to 27 in the Senate, which is the 2/3 mark, we'll be able to break some of that logjam. Because if we have enough Democrats to push a measure without Republican help, it will frankly free up some of the Republicans to go along with us, knowing that they're not the vote that made the change.
And if the governor's tax increase doesn't pass, what can you do to protect education? Because that is the threat if it doesn't pass, and there has to be another option.
Yeah, I'd like to tell your voters we can protect education, but frankly, education is half of our budget. If the tax measure doesn't pass, education will be further harmed, and we've already done immeasurable harm to education. And nobody likes doing that. I didn't get elected to cut education. We'll go back, we'll look at efficiencies in education, we'll look at other waste, bloated bureaucracies, but frankly, in the last 4 years, we've cut 1/4 of the state budget already. We need this measure to pass, or else there will be probably no alternative. Bill Calbert told me just 2 days ago in a panel we sat together, the superintendent of San Diego Unified, that if this doesn't pass, we'll probably see 2 weeks chopped off the school year.
All right, ominous words there. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. The general election is coming up November 6th. Marty has been joining us, and we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly.
10 News presents Democracy 2012. Your voice, your vote.